When I was in 4th or 5th grade at school, we were outside playing kickball, and it became my turn to kick, and I kicked the ball pretty good, and I went to run to first base. And as I started to run to first base, it felt like the time around me shifted, and all of a sudden I felt like I had these like chains around my hips that were pulling me back. And as I kept trying to run, I felt like I was doing it in slow motion, and I was really struggling to get my body to do what I was telling it to do. Now, eventually I made it all the way around, and the guys told me I've never seen anybody run so slow in my entire life. That was the first time that I was impacted by a negative entity physically that I can remember. But at that time, I had no idea what it was and what had happened to me. A few years back, when I was deep into my spiritual awakening journey, I had a mantis being come in. It was a female being, and she gave off grandmotherly type energy. So I affectionately called her Grandmother Mantis. She would come in either in meditation or come in physically into the area where I was living at the time. And we worked together through whatever I was going through. And then in one of these meditations, it was about 6 weeks after we had started working together, she took me to where she was from. And I was standing, like I was in a building with her, and then she took me out to this balcony, and there were other mantis beings that were below. And then all of a sudden it went from a few to hundreds and hundreds of them, and they were all cheering. But I had a very human reaction at that moment of seeing all of these mantis beings and the programming that had, come in to place fear in me because of the different shows and movies that I had watched. And I got scared, and I tried to push this fear away, but it wouldn't leave me. Even though I knew these were very benevolent, loving beings, I just kept having these flashes of them like attacking me. And so Grandmother Mantis, she pulled me back and she put me in front of a mirror. And in front of the mirror, I saw that I was a mantis being. And she was speaking to me from her eyes telepathically, but from her eyes to my eyes. And then she brought me back home, like she was telling me I was safe, I didn't have to worry, but the fear was still there. So the next time I went to go into a meditation, at that time I would kind of go out to the universe, and there would be doors, and based on what door was open, that would be which work I needed to do for the day. And sometimes it would be my son would be standing at his door, and I would go off and do things with him, but I knew which door was hers. And I had gone into this door with her before. I had seen her area. Well, this day she was standing at the door, but she had only the top half of it open. The bottom half was closed. And as I came up to her, she looked at me very seriously and said, "Go get rid of your fear and don't come back here until you do." And then she shut the door firmly, and I have not seen her since. That began my journey into finding what was causing this fear inside of me and what I needed to do to heal it.